You are about to enjoy an It Takes Three Network podcast.
How you feeling, friend?
Like I'm sharing a sauna with the Blue Man Group.
Go with it. You're in the spirit world, man. This is the very last part of your journey.
Ryan likes Journey.
Hear that crack? The squeak of the chair.
Oh, yeah.
Welcome back to Let's Talk OC and OC podcast. I'm Michelle.
And I'm Liz.
And this week we're discussing Season 4, Episode 11, The Dream Lover. Original air date, January 18th, 2007, written by Layla Gerstein and directed by Patrick Norris. Che and Seth take a trip to a forest where Che has a dream and discovers that his spirit might be in love with someone unexpected.
Aye.
Meanwhile, Taylor decides what's best for her, and Julie works her way back into Kirsten's life the only way she knows how.
Yeah. It's so funny because in my notes I called it the dream catcher. And so when you said the dream lover, I was like, wait, that's not what it's called. But no, I'm wrong. And you're right, obviously.
Dreamcatcher would have
The dream
worked.
catcher. And then I'm thinking, like, why would they call it that? It didn't make any sense.
The Dreamcatcher.
Right. But the dream lover makes more sense.
It does.
With the Che.
And the
sort
Seth,
of.
the spirit
I don't
animal.
know what that's about.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Did you remember this?
Only from talking about it with you, but not, I didn't remember any of that, like hike, none of that.
Yeah.
So I didn't really remember anything that happens in this episode. The stuff with Taylor and Henri Michel, which was so frustrating. Yeah. So I'm excited to talk about it because it's actually been a few days since I've watched it. And so I need a refresher.
Well, that's what we're here for.
Here we are.
I have that all for
I'm
you.
so excited.
Liz. So usually before we get into the episode, we give you our scoop of the week. But this week is really special because our ice cream correspondent will be joining us in the second half of the show, and he's going to give it to us live.
Oh my God. Live on air. I'm so excited.
So stay tuned for that. So let's get into this episode. Seth and Ryan are in the Cohen's kitchen discussing Seth's engagement, and simultaneously, Taylor and Summer are discussing Taylor's breakup with Ryan.
Yeah.
Neither pairing is talking to the other, and both are ignoring phone calls.
Right.
They're both looking at their phones.
Yeah,
17
everyone's
missed
phones
calls,
are on the table.
waiting for the other one to make a move, but no one's making the move. Ryan isn't going to talk to Taylor until Henri Michel leaves, but it turns out that he wants Taylor to live with him while he rents in Newport.
This is ridiculous. This is absolutely ridiculous. I digress.
Yes. What else is ridiculous is we find out Che is flying to Newport because he's getting weird Seth vibes.
Also ridiculous. Yeah, they just threw things in this episode.
Yeah, not one of my favorites.
No, definitely not. Probably the worst of the season if I had to rate.
So
not
far.
Not that it was bad. Yeah, so far that we've seen. Not that it was bad by any means. It just really felt like, nah, didn't need to do any of it.
Summer approaches Ryan at work to try to get information about Seth because she hasn't heard from him since she turned down the proposal. And Ryan is an awful liar. He denies that anything he's heard about a proposal. And then he tells Summer that he has pink eye and that Seth has actually been, that he's been helping Seth with pink eye.
Right.
Yeah.
Even though that's contagious, so you probably wouldn't help someone with that.
Right. And then Summer questions him on Taylor, and he tells her he's not speaking to her until Henri leaves. So then that's when Summer fills him in of like, ooh, just want to let you know he plans on renting here. So that's going to be an issue.
Yeah. And even in the beginning, too, I wrote in my notes that Ryan says to Seth, it's not like Summer didn't say she didn't love you.
Right.
So, like, what are you stressing about? But also, this is Seth and his pride, I guess.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah. I mean, I understand that, to an extent.
Yeah. And again, they started off so rocky.
Right.
Because she shut him out because she was dealing with the Marissa thing, and he was there for her in his own way possible.
The way we started out the season.
Yeah. And so for him to propose and then her to turn it down, and then they play that whole game, and the way she turned it down, he probably would have just been happy of her being like, I guess she should have stressed, like, I still want to be with you. Like, she should have said it more.
Yeah,
made
she
him feel
said,
comfortable.
I need to work on myself.
In one day.
Yeah, one day. So, yeah, maybe the way she presented it to him, it could have been a little bit more understanding of his feelings, that she still loves him. She still wants to continue a relationship with him, just doesn't want to be married right now.
And I mean, he also told her that he would put off RISD for a semester so they could go together. So this is kind of hurtful.
Yeah.
Just playing the Seth defensive card.
Totally. No, I understand.
So Seth heads to Summer's house to finally talk to her, and he sees Che doing Tai Chi in her living room and eating figs. And Che mentions how he's there for Seth because Summer and Seth saved him. So now he wants to save Seth because he's been emasculated since she turned down the proposal and that his male animus is hurt.
Okay, sure.
So Summer comes in and she starts asking Seth about pink eye. And he says, well, no, it was sciatica. And then when it heads to the eye, it turns pink. And she's like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I'm planning a date night for you. And so she has this big elaborate plan.
Which I loved.
Yeah. So later that night, Summer plans a date. She decorates her room with lights, has video games out, his favorite records, Thai food. I mean, I want to go on this date.
I loved this whole
It
thing.
was really cute. And she tells him that she wants to get married someday, but just not yet. But Seth he can't get past it and he feels sick.
So frustrating. I mean, I understand. And I loved this whole spread.
Oh, me too.
And this is what I've been asking for in this relationship. I feel like we never really see many romantic moments. And I'm like, oh, she's doing a gesture, a big grand gesture. It's so sweet. And then we don't really get like a great
reaction.
reaction to that. So kind of sad.
I feel their romantic gestures were played on very early in the series. We had the coffee cart moments, both of them, even though the second time Summer was denied because Seth, whatever. And we had the Spider-Man kiss. We had the dance in the room to their song. I know.
Yeah, I feel like it just lacked
now
3 and 4.
Yeah, and now they're going through some things, so it's hard for them to deal
Have
with
those moments,
the trivial part of it.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so Seth heads downstairs because he's not feeling well, and he runs into Che. And Trey again brings up his animus and asks if he can fix him.
So the next, like, at this point, yeah, sure.
Like, you can fix me? And he's turning to Che for this. So the next morning, Summer finds a note on her kitchen counter that Che is with Seth and they went on a hike. So they head out on this hike and they're hiking for hours. Seth is exhausted and Che explains that his spirit animal is trapped and sick. And the plan is we have to spend the night in the forest so we can contact your animal. Which at this point, Seth's like, no, I'm not sleeping in the woods. Can we please go back to the car? And he's like, well, the car is 6 hours away.
6 hours.
And it's going to get dark. And at this point, Seth slaps Che across the face. And that's exactly what I would have done.
I know.
It was really, I have to say, the comedic part of that made me laugh a lot.
Yeah.
And so they start to build what is essentially a sweat bath, a sauna. And Seth got hungry. And so he ate some wild berries.
Which it's like if you've seen The Wild, or not The Wild. What's that one with Emil Hirsch? That book, Into the Wild.
But was that out?
No, I think, that book's been out for a long time.
Okay.
But like, you're not supposed to eat the berries.
Well, I know that. I mean, I feel you learn that as a kid. You just don't
eat berries that you see in the wild or anywhere, in the park, wherever it is. You don't eat it.
Right, without a guide. And what's funny is Seth is like, oh, is that okay? And Che's like, huh. He laughs at him. He's like, oh, it'll be okay.
He's like, it's awesome or something.
So they're both in the tent. Seth is sweating profusely. Che is drumming. And Seth ends up having a vision that he's going through his house, looking for his parents and Che. He goes into his bedroom, which opens up to the pool house. And he sees the cutest little sea otter in the pool.
Adorable.
And he calls out and he has this conversation with the otter. You understand? And he mimics him. And he's like, which is really funny.
Yeah, that part was funny.
And so he snaps out of it and he tells Che the dream. And he's like, oh my God, my spirit animal is a sea otter and I'm healed and we have to leave right now so I can tell Summer. And Che is quite surprised that it's like an otter.
Huh.
Interesting.
And at first I'm like, what does this mean?
Right.
An otter, is that some sort of bad symbol?
No.
But no, it means something entirely different.
And while they're sweating and in the sauna, he says he's sweating and he says he feels like he's in the Blue Man Group, which was really funny. And Che's like, oh, it's all part of the journey. And Seth goes, Ryan likes journey.
Ryan likes journey, yeah.
It's a very funny scene. Meanwhile, so like we mentioned, Henri wants to stay in Newport and live with Taylor. So we see them going over floor plans, and Taylor is impressed with how much he wants to be with her.
Yeah, but doesn't Henri feel like he's second best?
Well, I think so. I mean,
know?
the whole time he feels this way, and now he's kind of turned it into competition.
Yeah.
And so she tells Henri that it was never going to work with Ryan because he doesn't even like cheese.
So funny. I've never heard him express he doesn't like cheese, but now it just all makes sense.
Well, it 100% makes a lot of sense. But the thing, in all honesty, the most important is the fact that Henri is open about his feelings, and he can tell Taylor that he loves her, and that's what resonates with her. This is all she is harping on.
And even she gets in her head, and then all of a sudden he says, I love you. And she's like, oh, okay, can you say it again and again and again?
It just needs to be drilled into her.
It's so frustrating.
So Ryan knows he has to talk with Taylor. He heads to the Cooper Roberts house, and Caitlin stops him in the driveway. And she gives him advice to say, you need to step up your game, and you need to bring her a present. So go to the Quickie Mart and just pick up some gummy bears and a balloon and a bear.
And that's what he does.
He does do that.
Doesn't really put any thought in it. He's like, okay, gummy bear, bears. Got it.
And maybe a tiny balloon. So he shows up to Henri's hotel room with the bear, with a cup of gummy bears and a tiny balloon, and Taylor isn't there. And Henri tells Ryan that the gift is a bit juvenile, but it is from the heart. And oh, by the way, we're moving in together on Monday.
Yeah. There's like no sweat off his like brow, Henri.
No.
It's like, yeah, we're going to move in together. Oh, it's sweet. Almost like, yeah, Ryan, continue to do what you need to do, but it's not going to happen.
And it's only helping me out. So continue your pathetic tries. So Ryan leaves and Taylor comes back, and Henri shows Taylor what Ryan brought her. And you can tell this means something to her, but she also shuts it down so fast. She throws the bear out and tells Henri, like, please tell me you love me and why. Like, I need to hear it.
Yeah.
So Ryan goes to Summer, and he has Ryan call Taylor to ask her to come over, that she's making a fancy meal and she wants Taylor to join her. But the big plan here is so Ryan can have Taylor alone and tell her how he feels.
Right.
She makes a throwback comment to how he's not really the coffee cart type, which I like that they did this because it's such a Summer and Seth thing. And then she tells him to take a deep breath, just tell her how you feel and make sure you don't choke. And at this point, she grabs his neck and she's choking him. And it's so funny because I feel we don't get a lot of Ryan and Summer moments.
No, and even the beginning where she comes over and she's like, Atwood, and he's like, Roberts.
I know, I love it.
Yeah, like their friendship is cute. We just don't see it.
And you can tell they do support each other behind the scenes. And I just love how he was like, small hands, and she's like, big throat.
Yeah, you got a big neck.
So Taylor arrives looking for Summer, but sees Ryan, the weasel. He wants to apologize, but Taylor wants to know all the reasons why. And he said, how we feel is much more important than what we have to talk about, which I felt was a really good point.
Right. And as we know, Ryan, he's not much of a talker.
Well,
or an expressive person.
Well, this is the problem because he can't seem to get any more words out. And so she's like, well, Henri's reading a poem about me tomorrow at the bookstore, and storms out.
They operate differently.
And that's why they work.
Yes.
Kind of.
And so to me, if I was Taylor, knowing how poorly Ryan of a communicator Ryan is and our history and we're new, if you sent me that teddy bear and gummy bears, I'd be like, oh, okay, this is a way Ryan's trying to show me something. I'm not just going to write it off that quickly.
But also it shows how much she doesn't really know how he's been in past relationships.
Right, she doesn't.
So Taylor is really mad at Summer for tricking her, and she's caught up with talking about starting a non-for-profit. She wants to
with the animals.
With the animals, yeah. And so Taylor continues going off about Ryan and how she, he brought her a dumb stuffed animal, and Summer's like, wait, hold up. He bought you a stuffed animal with candy. He's never done anything like that.
I've never seen him do anything like that.
Like, that's huge. You have no idea what this means. And so Taylor rushes back to Henri's hotel, digs out the trash looking for the stuffed animal.
Yeah.
And he's like, what are you doing? She's like, oh, no, I'm just making sure the maid service did their job. And he's like, listen, there's nothing wrong with wanting a memento. You can keep that.
So strange.
I know. And she says, no, I just want to be with someone who is not afraid to tell me their feelings for me.
Right.
So Ryan needs to clear his head, and he heads to the beach for a run, and we see Surf Sandy.
Finally, one tiny cameo in this episode.
Right? And he tells him about the bear and the candy and how it might have done more harm than good. And so then Sandy coming in with that sound advice is like, listen, in this situation, you could either do something or you can do nothing. It's up to you.
Right.
And then he says that being with Taylor is like a roller coaster. It's exciting.
Yes, but maybe he's just not ready to say I love you because they have only been dating for less than 2 months at this point. So he's doesn't really know how he feels. And so Taylor's just stating, hey, say something. You know what I want you to say. And he's can't.
Yeah.
I don't blame him.
No.
He's trying to figure out how he feels about her.
And that's what Sandy is essentially saying. Like, just say that. Just say
anything.
Anything.
Just say any feelings.
Right.
Just one thing.
Right.
I like you. I like your eyes. You're funny. Something.
You make me laugh.
Yeah, I'm enjoying my time with you. Just give her a little bit so that she can grasp onto that and not have to grasp onto Henri Michel just saying I love you when he can love like a bird.
Exactly. So we get to the reading in the bookstore of the poem, and we see all these women. They're swooning.
God, these like middle-aged women.
Over Henri's words, Ryan arrives, and it gets really comical and dramatic because the music turns.
Yeah.
And Ryan goes, wait, I have a poem too. I was like, what the hell is this? It was really funny.
Yes.
The woman at the bookstore turns him down and says, this is not karaoke. And Henri's like, no. Let's see what he has to say. We cannot deny someone who wants to bare their soul. So we know he just wants him to fail. Ryan gets up, starts to read it. He can't get through it. But the poem is, I don't know how to write. A haiku 575 seems too tight.
Oh.
Then there are 3 little words I'm not able to say. But Taylor, this is what I can tell you today. Though I can't say these words to you tonight, please stick with me because someday I feel I might.
Oh,
It's really cute.
I think I shed a tear a little bit here.
Right?
I was really taken aback and I thought it was very sweet. Ryan never, ever does romantic gestures like that. And he felt the need to compete with Henri for Taylor, which I feel like, regardless of his relationship with Marissa, I feel like he really is starting to understand how to be a boyfriend, I guess. Like, you know, they were in high school, him and Marissa, and he never really needed to make a grand gesture, except the only thing I can think of is the New Year's Eve kiss, even though it really wasn't.
That's true.
So
I know, I was thinking about that too, because in one episode he buys a bear gummy bears and also writes a little poem.
And writes a poem. 2 things.
That's huge.
That's huge for Ryan Atwood. If you know him, you think, okay, Ryan must really like this girl. He's not great at showing his emotion with words.
Right. I mean, and Ryan shows he loves you by being there for you, sticking up for you,
Punching people.
someone. And, you know, his last relationships were with Teresa when they were young, so you don't really do much
you
with
don't really
that.
need to do anything there.
And Marissa was so much drama that he just had to rescue her.
Yeah.
And she had to rescue him, so it was like this mutual exchange.
Right. And that was his way of
It
showing
was.
he did love her.
Yeah.
But he doesn't really know how to do like that basic relationship thing.
Right.
Which is cute.
Yeah. And so Henri sees how Taylor reacts. He runs out of the store. And Taylor goes back to the room to go find him. And she sees the bear with the candy and a note from Henri that says, I love you, but I love more.
Duh.
So before we wrap up, let's discuss Caitlin and New Match.
Caitlin
and Will are doing pretty well. They're having fun making out and they're discussing grades. Turns out Caitlin's doing pretty good.
Yeah, he's
in
influenced
school.
her, I guess, a little bit to keep on track.
Yeah, but there's some jealousy happening with Will's band members, specifically Lucy.
Oh, Lucy, she's a firecracker.
She is. She has a major crush on Will and she has it out. out for
Yeah,
Caitlin.
she doesn't care who knows it.
No.
She is obsessed with him. Every little thing. I smelled his hair. I wore his jacket.
I lent him a pen.
I took a piece of hair from him. Like, she's stalker status, and she will fight to the death.
Yeah, and so there turns out there's going to be a bake sale happening, and Will is a part of it, and Caitlin wasn't going to attend, but she low-key gets threatened by Lucy, saying that if she shows up, she's going to kick her face in.
And so Caitlin's like, you don't know who you're messing with.
And duh, of course I'm going to show up now.
Right. I'm just like ballsy Lucy to compete with Caitlin, who I'm sure in the school has a reputation of being a bitch or something, where like, don't mess with her.
Right. And you know, earlier in this season we saw she had that house party to get back at the
she gets what she wants normally. So like, don't mess with Caitlin.
It's just a different reputation than Marissa, because Marissa was, you know, social chair, had good grades, was popular and nice. Caitlin is a little rough around the edges.
She is. She's the rebellious one.
For sure.
Everyone knows it. And the teacher, like everyone, the teacher knows it. So I wouldn't think I would compete with her. But I guess Lucy really has her eyes set on Will.
Yeah, so Caitlin shows up to the bake sale, and Will's surprised to see her. And Lucy and her crew make it so clear that she's not welcome here. Like, this isn't her territory. This is the band's territory. So her and Caitlin have words. She apologizes that Will doesn't like her, but she didn't do anything, which I was like, this is fair.
True. You're coming at me, yet Will and I like each other. There's nothing I can do about that. I'm sorry that you didn't get there first.
Right. And Lucy's just so upset because, like we said, she's obsessed. She's liked him ever since he moved here. And the fact is, you don't actually appreciate anything that makes Will. You make fun of everything he does, and you know I'm right. So this leads to Caitlin to break up with Will.
Yeah. Like, is this supposed to be a selfless act? It didn't come across that way because she really hurt him. She didn't say it was in a way where, hey, we're both from two different worlds, the classic scenario that happens in the OC. She just lets him down saying, like, you're a loser.
Yeah, she's like, you're the king of dorks, and now you can do all the dork things that dorks do.
Fuck you. If I was little, I'd be like, screw you, never talk to me ever again. There's a way to talk to someone, and you clearly didn't do it.
It's so weird, too, because when we saw our main friends, right, in high school, the way they spoke to each other wasn't necessarily that immature. Like, sometimes their actions were immature. They'd be like, oh, we're from two different worlds. This just isn't working. I don't know how to talk to you. Caitlin is so immature, and she's so nasty. I understand why she is the way she is. I mean, look at we talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
But I don't know why, but her 15-year-old lingo is so annoying and juvenile.
Yeah, and she just always says something with an attitude.
Yeah.
It's always a bother to her. She's right, you're wrong. It's just that typical, like, narcissistic teenager who thinks my shit don't stink.
But meanwhile, she's hurting.
But she's hurting,
I
yeah.
mean,
I really liked
defensive.
She liked this guy.
For
and
sure.
now, in a way to, I don't know if it was to benefit Will.
I think so, yeah. Like, I know what's best for you. Trust me on this.
Right.
Now
she
you can go
just
be you.
Said that.
Well, yeah. Well, that's asking a lot.
Right. Yeah.
Kirsten. She, at this point, isn't talking to Julie, and Julie is trying her hardest to get her attention. She sends her a cookie bouquet, and she keeps calling her. She then, Kirsten gets a call from Spencer saying that one of the dudes, Chaz, has chlamydia, and she has to call all the women. And Kirsten's like, why can't you do it? And he's like, oh no, I'm in Mexico, and this is your company, so you have to do this.
I can't believe Spencer's in it for this long. Do we need him here? No.
No, not at all. So Kirsten's like, I am not doing this.
No.
Fuck this. So she calls Julie, and Julie's like, Kiki, you're calling.
Yeah.
And she tells Julie, like, you need to tell these women that they have chlamydia. And Julie's like, well, the thing is, like, we're partners. You're liable. And Kirsten's like, well, I'm not doing it. She's like, listen, I'll do the talking if you do the driving.
I wonder if, I'm surprised Kirsten didn't like figure out that this was like a ploy from
Would you though?
Julie. I immediately thought that what it was.
Really?
Yes. I'm like, Julie just wants to get back with Kirsten and like at least have her talk to her, and this is the only way.
I mean, I remembered about this. So essentially what is this whole thing was a lie.
Yeah.
But what's hysterical are the steps that happened, because we see the first person they meet with, they're in the Pier Plaza, and Julie, we see her talking to a woman and they end up hugging.
Yeah, like,
And Kirsten's like, there's no way you told the truth. She goes over, she tells the woman, like, hey, you have chlamydia. And the woman's like, what? Like, I'm going to sue.
So it kind of seems like it could be true.
Yeah.
Because Julie's allowing Kirsten to flat out tell this woman you might have chlamydia.
Right. And Kirsten's so pissed. She's like, you had one job. Why couldn't you have done this? And so it turns out, like we said, it was all a scheme. It was just to have Julie talk to Kirsten, because we end up seeing Spencer. He's not actually in Mexico. So this is what all spoils it. And Julie's like, well, don't worry about it. Like, I told the 5 meanest women, and it's okay.
Let them think they have chlamydia.
And she's like, Kirsten, I can't live without you. And obviously you can't live without me. And so they end up going to dinner together because she knows Julie's the best friend she's got.
Yeah, she misses her best friend. She sucks as a business partner, but hey, I miss my best friend. It's all right.
Julie. Like, letting 5 women think they have chlamydia. I'm glad no one has chlamydia.
That's the awful part.
Right. Okay, so to wrap up, we have Seth and Che. They get home from their journey. Seth rushes up to tell Summer that he's healed and he's ready to love. And she's so excited because she's looking at all these animals to start a non-for-profit. And he's like, oh, my animal's an otter. And she's like, oh, my God, otters are so cute.
They're so cute.
Let's start a foundation to save them. Meanwhile, Che is in the kitchen and Julie's there. And
This is so weird.
And he tells Julie that his spiritual animal is a frog. And she's like, okay, well, I'm really happy that it's a frog.
It's just so random that he's telling Julie this.
I know. And that you had a magical day. And he says how he found love in an otter. And Julie's like, okay, I'm happy for you. Like, we got to get you out of my fucking kitchen.
Yeah, stop talking to me.
Right. And so then we see Che longingly look at a picture of Seth. Let's just slap her face.
My face.
Like that emoji.
Why? Because why? Why did we need to do this? Why do we have to utilize this character for such stupid shit? I hate this.
Anyway.
Except the one part when they were chanting, I really did laugh out loud.
Yes.
Because Seth's like getting in the music.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Other than that, this whole thing, I hated.
Oh, it's stupid. But the last we see, Ryan is at home. He's outside with that outdoor fireplace going.
Oh, so nice.
I'm like, man, I want that.
Yeah.
But Taylor comes by. She tells Ryan that while she doesn't love Henri Michel, she doesn't want to be with Ryan either.
Yeah, which I was surprised to hear that.
And she doesn't want him to say those words.
Right.
Because it turns out that she's not ready, and she feels that she shouldn't be with anyone until she's strong on her own.
Which I think is, hey, that's a great reason. And probably should have figured that out before, but that doesn't happen. It doesn't happen that way.
Right.
Where you feel like you're not ready because it's all too much at one time.
Right.
I didn't expect this. Actually, I didn't remember this happening.
Yeah, so they both agree that this actually makes sense, and Taylor says that she will cherish the poem forever.
Yes, and Ryan said, just so you know, like I meant everything in there, just so you know. And she's like, okay, I know. So it's like Ryan was getting there emotionally, trying to.
And all of this went awry because she lied to Henri Michel about who he actually was.
Right.
With the philosophy and him writing. I mean, that's how this
all
all
where it stems from that. And Ryan doesn't understand why she couldn't just accept and not have to lie about who he was.
Right.
So I get that. And then he, surprisingly, like she did something to him. He doesn't call her, but then he does the romantic gestures. And now she's closing the chapter on it. Like, well, no, actually, I'm not ready for this.
Yeah, but good for her to realize.
Good for her, because it's clear she is so codependent on love, whoever gives her attention. And she's so self-aware. We've talked about this before, on that people, when they latch onto her, she just latches right back. And she doesn't really know herself alone, I guess.
Yeah, and even in the beginning of the episode, Seth says, listen, you shouldn't ignore Taylor. She doesn't do well with abandonment.
No, she doesn't.
So.
Right.
But it's good.
Yeah. No, it's for the best. It's sad, but I think it's for the best.
And we said, too, even in the beginning of this season, we were like, hey, Ryan, being alone, you're going to deal with the Marissa grief. perhaps you should just grieve a little bit. You don't have to rush into a relationship.
Right. And I felt like they didn't need to do that right away. Maybe if we had a few episodes in between and then towards the end of the season, it was like, oh, they're starting to blossom into something because he was more ready and she was more ready.
Yeah.
But they did it so quick because, it's the end of the show and they wanted to do what they wanted to do.
And also, Taylor is a very intense personality.
That too.
So the whole pacing thing would not have worked.
No, she latches right on to whoever is there. And it's very intense.
Yeah. So we're going to take a short break and then we'll be back with Mike.
I'm so excited.
Welcome back from break. And we are joined by our ice cream correspondent in the flesh, Michael Del_Vasto. Woohoo!
Hello, everyone.
I guess not kind of in the flesh, virtual flesh.
In the voice.
In the voice. That's better, in the voice. How are you, Mike?
I'm doing well, thanks. How are you two?
We're good. We're so excited to have you.
Yes, very
I'm
excited.
Super excited. I've watched the episode 4 times. I made 2 pages of comments.
Oh my God, I love it.
I'm here for it.
I've been resting my voice all day so that I didn't lose it for this.
So funny that you say that because I never think about doing that.
Me neither.
Ever.
Me neither.
And we talk
all the time.
One of my friends told me to they messaged me last night. They're make sure you have lots of lemon water or tea to soothe your voice.
I love it. You're so much more prepared than we
should
are.
do that.
We should do that.
Especially for the long nights.
I just had coffee, so my vocal folds are gonna be tight.
Seltzer. But we're super excited to hear what your scoop of the week is this week. In the beginning of the show, I teased it of stay tuned, so I'm pumped up. I can't wait to hear what you put together. So take it away, Mike.
Okay, so this week I was going between 2, and I ultimately chose Ben & Jerry's Gimme S'more. So it's toasted marshmallow ice cream with some chocolate cookie swirls, some graham cracker, and fudge flakes. So I chose this. I'll start with the marshmallow. Well, marshmallows are in Rice Krispie treats, and Will was manning the Rice Krispie station at the Bake Off or Bake Sale, whatever. Bake Sale, sorry. So I wanted something with marshmallow. Also, s'mores is a campfire camping staple, and with Seth and Che's little camping experience, if we call it that. So I thought that was fitting with it. And the pieces of graham cracker, the broken pieces, kind of symbolize Seth being broken with him and Summer's relationship. Also, Ryan and Taylor being broken with their relationship, as well as the eventual breakup of Will and Caitlin. And I think that, also with the s'mores and camping also goes with, you run the risk when you are camping of seeing bears. And I wanted that to symbolize the teddy bear that Ryan gives for Taylor.
Wow.
Always a pleasure,
Mike.
Always.
It's so good.
Yeah,
so good.
The other flavor was called, it was also Ben & Jerry's. It was Glampfire Trail Mix. But I didn't go with it because Che and Seth were not glamping. So I vetoed that one out and went with the s'mores.
No, it definitely was not glamping.
Yeah.
It was the opposite of glamping.
Yes.
Wow, I've never had either of those flavors.
Neither have I. They sound delicious.
Yeah.
I love anything s'mores flavored. Delicious.
Yeah. All right. So let's get into our questions and comments from our listeners. We're going to start off, as always, with our girl, Tish.
Finally, I get to do that.
Yay! I was hoping you would do that because it's funny when we have our friends on and,
They're
siblings,
like,
and we do that and they look. I'm like, guys, no, you have to do it. Come on.
Yeah.
Tish says, hey, ladies and Mike. This is the lowest rated episode of this series with an 8.8 on TV.com and a 7 on IMDb.
Series or season?
Series.
She said series? Yeah, I could see that.
Caitlin tells Ryan the 15-year-old is right. Willa Holland is actually that age, 15 and a half by the time this episode aired.
Oh, wow.
Ryan buys a gift from the Quickie Mart. The Quickie Mart is a fictional convenience store from The Simpsons.
Yes.
And then with 2 votes, Ryan and Seth are tied for TV.com's MVP. And she put in parentheses, I guess.
No, I don't see that, but okay.
Yeah, she says she very much dislikes this episode, and that is her least favorite episode of the series.
Wow, yeah.
Everything about it is frustrating. The only saving grace was Kirsten and Julie, even though that was meh. She understands that Taylor explains herself at the end, but it doesn't take away from the fact that it's super frustrating that Taylor expects Ryan to say, I love you, after they've only been dating 6 weeks at most. They got together just before Christmas, and it's probably mid to late January now, so it's been 6 weeks.
Right.
Here's a question for Mike.
Ooh.
How did you get into the OC? How many times have you seen the show? What is your favorite episode? And do you actually eat the ice cream you pair with the episodes each week?
Okay. So how I got into the OC, it was the biggest buzz. I wrote in when I first started listening to Let's Talk OC that my grade 8 teacher, he posted as our journal topic how we felt after watching the finale, the season 1 finale. And then the following day was also the Friends finale. So I always remember those 2 days being like linked, like the OC season 1 ending the day before Friends ended. So like that season finale kind of always sticks into my head. And everyone was talking about the OC. It got so much buzz. So I just started watching it, episode here and there when I could catch it. And then eventually it got them on DVD, and I binged this season. I binged the series once every year, all the way through from season 1 all the way to season 4 every year.
Wow. It's a lot of years.
So how many times is that you've seen the show?
Probably I'd say maybe 10 or 11 times.
10 through?
I know I'm the one screaming when Michelle makes her guess about things. And she's like, I think this comes up in a thing. And I'm like yelling. Yeah. I know this episode. I know this, the whole OC series inside and out.
I'm sure you're not alone when we say things that people are screaming at their phones and cars.
I think my emotional weight in this show surpasses the knowledge for it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's your favorite episode?
Well, I do very dislike season 4. I think I'm going to have to give it to the Christmaka episode just because I liked the whole different take on it with the alternate reality. I thought it was a cool aspect to bring in. And, I like how they dealt with Marissa in that. So I think that is my favorite episode. But besides that, and then the Thanksgiving episode in this season as well, I really liked it with Julie and Ryan's scene. But other than that, honestly, I think it's just the pilot, just that first episode, when you see Ryan being kicked out and you have the music starting to play, it's I don't know. It's everything.
It is.
I think the pilot.
Yeah. And then do you actually eat the ice cream you pair with the episodes each week?
So majority of the times I do. Some of the times I do not.
Wow.
I would be very, very heavy if I did.
I was going to say, I would be surprised if you ate the scoop of the week every single week.
That's great.
A scoop is not the worst. No, just one tiny scoop. You'll be okay.
I need to be true to my fans, I gotta,
yes.
I can't lie.
We appreciate that.
We appreciate it, Mike. Thank you, Tish.
Thanks, Tish.
Vic at Muse Chick. She says, congrats, Mike, on the guest spot. Just want to let you firsthand know that I love hearing why you picked the scoop of the week.
Oh,
thanks, Vic.
She says, I know you are not the biggest fan of Ryan and Taylor, but can't you agree, apart from this whole French mess, that she doesn't bring a lot of drama into his life? She actually brings a lot of joy and makes him smile. Come on, we even have a smile counter. And also, Taylor is very mature when it comes to their relationship, like the whole Frank dinner happened. I'm waiting for you to say when Taylor is MVP.
Oh.
So, well, I did not pick her for MVP, but I do actually have a Taylorism for this episode, even though it hurt me so much to do it. But I was like, no, I have to. So I was fair. I was being unbiased. And I do agree that she doesn't bring the drama that Marissa brought. So that is a plus to her. So.
Vic continues with that she thought it was so cute of Ryan to give her a bear and write a poem. It's a totally different Ryan than we're used to seeing. She understands Taylor, but she doesn't like that they need space because usually space doesn't work.
True.
She also thought the scenes with Che and Seth and Ryan and Summer were hilarious and remembers posting about these on Instagram. And then a couple of questions. Why do you think Ryan can't tell Taylor how he feels, yet he is willing to say it at the end of the episode? Do you think he's falling for her, or he's just not ready to say it?
I just think he just doesn't know how to express himself. He doesn't know what to say. And regardless if he feels it or not, he doesn't know how to express that to someone else. Well, he does actually. When he talks to Sandy, you can tell he wants to say it, but he's hesitant because I just don't think he exactly knows. And so in his way of figuring it out is when he wrote the poem.
Right.
Like, I can figure it out on paper and be able to read it, yet he couldn't even read it. Taylor had to read it herself. So I just think he has an expression problem. He's not an expressive person.
And also, I think it takes him some time to process.
That too.
I mean, remember the whole "I love you" Marissa says thank you?
Thank you. Yeah. So I don't think he was pressured into saying it. I think he just didn't know how to say it.
Yeah. What do you think, Mike?
Well, so I kind of like how Summer even said in this episode, like, oh, like you're not the coffee cart type of guy,
right?
To Ryan, like him telling his girlfriends how he feels isn't really his thing, and I think he's just a man of few words. Also, I'm wondering if he's maybe afraid of being close to someone because of the loss of Marissa still kind of weighing him down.
Yeah, I'm sure he is.
Absolutely.
He's hesitant on expressing so much just in case something were to happen, which it already kind of did in this episode.
Right.
Sucks.
How would you feel if someone told you that being with you is like being on a roller coaster? You know, exciting. Would you take it as a compliment?
I don't expect anyone to ever say that about me, so it's hard to, because I'm so amazingly even
and grounded,
right?
Same. No one would ever say that to me.
I think I would laugh and be like, "Oh, there's always like that truth in just kidding." You know what I'm saying? So I think maybe they would mean it in a way where it wasn't the nicest.
Yeah. How would you take it, Mike?
So I actually use the expression like a roller coaster ride when I'm talking about something like the dentist or something I want to be quick and like get in, get out. You kind of like a roller coaster. I want to get on it and then get off. I don't want things to linger. So I don't think that would be positive to have a relationship like that, just because how I use it. Like I like roller coasters, but I want them to be over like the second they begin. So
that's a good point.
Yeah.
It's so true because roller coasters stress me out, like the
right.
anticipation.
They're over in a second.
Yeah. They make your stomach turn and everything.
Yeah. That ticking sound, tick, tick, tick.
Oh my God.
I love it, though. I love the anxiety.
I know.
Thank you, Vic. Moving over to Jess at Miss Boquist. When Ryan is walking into the bookstore, there is a sign on the window for Big Korea's biography finally coming out. In season 3, we see Summer's prom date as the lead singer of the band Big Korea.
Yes.
She says, I feel like we had 3 really good episodes, and then last week and this week have been meh. Mm-hmm. So she agrees with us and Tish. She's torn on whether or not Kirsten should have forgiven Julie already. If you were in Kirsten's position, would you be able to forgive your business partner and friend for turning your mutual business into a prostitution ring just 1 week later? If not, how long do you think it would take? So it'd be like if you, Liz, turned our podcast network into a prostitution ring.
Into a prostitution podcast or something behind your back. And I had all these clients and I was super secretive. No, I wouldn't expect you to forgive me in a week.
No.
I mean, I'm sure you'd still obviously miss me as your friend, but I wouldn't, wouldn't be able to forgive you, I don't think, that quickly over the business. Like, I would have a lot of resentment there.
I agree. What about you, Mike?
I was actually going to ask this question as well. So I would, like, if I was Kiki, I would definitely forgive Juju, but not right away because they are kind of each other's only friends.
Yeah.
And regardless, I feel like they are each other's kind of ride or die, especially in this season. Like, I feel like there's really nothing like each other can do to the other one, and they won't eventually forgive them with time. But this would definitely definitely take some time, more than a week, maybe like a couple of months, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think. I feel like Julie has done so much other shit to Kirsten, but I feel like I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. But they have fought multiple times on the show, and it's generally Julie's fault.
Yes.
Yes.
Nothing is coming to my mind. I'm completely blanking.
Well, I mean, you just go back to the Newport group with Caleb giving her the power,
Yes.
but Kirsten rescuing her.
Right.
With,
Juju giving Ryan the information to go find Volchok and go to
Yeah.
Mexico.
Like a lot of stuff Julie has done to Kirsten, and they generally make up within an episode or two.
kind of
Because
family.
they're, your family. Yeah, essentially your family, and you forgive family and you move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Julie is Kirsten's stepmom.
Stepmom.
So you
Yeah.
can't be mad at your stepmom.
Ex-stepmom, I guess.
Yeah. Well,
Well,
no,
did
they never
got
divorced. Yeah.
because he
Oh.
passed away.
That's
so.
right.
Yeah, so they're very close.
Wow. Yeah. She doesn't really like the way Caitlin treats Will and his friends, but she can't remember, is Will on the island now? So would you like to tell us,
he's
Mike,
on the island,
if Will is
but-
on the island?
I'm 100% positive he is on the island.
Yeah,
Yes,
I could see that.
Which, okay, the way this episode ends, you're like, really?
Well, and what was the point then of bringing him in? Just to have the cameo of Chris Brown because it's cool and he's a guest star and he's a celebrity?
I don't know.
But also, we didn't need this storyline whatsoever.
I know, but then what do we do with Caitlin?
I feel like I could have created 10 things for them to do with Caitlyn. I don't know what they are off the top of my head, but
I agree.
maybe we'll come up with them for next week.
I actually like this plot with Caitlyn because I feel like it shows a different side to Caitlyn. So back in season 3, when Caitlyn first came back in the episode The Sister Act, Marissa was telling Julie, "Oh, you should just tell Caitlyn the truth. She'll be fine. I'm fine with it." And Julie said, "Well, that's because you're your father's daughter, but Caitlyn's all me."
Yes,
And
she
I
is.
think this kind of shows how Caitlyn is like Julie with the breakup with Will, because she kind of saw what the relationship was doing to like him as a person, and she decided to break it off. And I think that's very similar to what Julie does later I don't want to give spoilers, but what Julie does later in this season in regards to the Bullet and Frank situation. So I kind of saw a little bit of comparison there. So to me, it showed kind of Caitlyn realizing and kind of growing up a little. So
Yes. Michelle and I were just discussing prior, though. We felt as though she could have expressed it a little bit less bratty in a way, or maybe a little bit more sensitive to Will's emotions and feelings in it. She kind of just brushed him off, didn't really explain herself because she felt like that was the best way to go about it.
It's just asking a lot for a character who that's just how she is.
I know.
Even though deep down, you know she's hurting.
Yeah.
well, I mean, she was also sent away for boarding school for most of her life.
Right. And we said that. We understand her background of
definitely.
everything she's gone
And her
through.
pony had alopecia, which is tragic.
I know.
Right. She had a lot of trauma
It's really
in her
traumatic.
life.
And then Jess says that even though she's on Team Taylor when it comes to Ryan, she's glad that Taylor decided to be on her own.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yes.
We got an email from Chris, and he says, I just want to get it out there with how shocked I am about how many people are saying season 4 is their favorite. I knew there was season 2 lovers, and even though I don't agree that's the best season, I could at least go along with it. But season 4 being the best? Come on now, that's just crazy talk. Season 1 is so magical and great. Season 4 is overly goofy, and you can tell by this point the actors, especially Seth, are just phoning it in. You guys reading all the emails and messages y'all get on how many people love this season just really surprised me, and I just wanted to share that. I thought we were all in agreement that these last 2 seasons of the OC were not as good, but I'm finding out that I might be in the minority thinking that.
Interesting. I mean, I feel like last time I watched it, the first time and only time at that point, it kind of just progressed as like, yeah, season 1 was great, and then season 2 was great, and then you kind of went like 3 and 4 maybe weren't so much. But when you digest it and dissect it each week, it's like the character development makes the seasons that are maybe lacking get better because you're watching these characters develop and grow and the relationships, and we're looking at it at different eyes, different ages. So yeah, I mean, for a true fan, I can understand, like, yes, number one, first season, classic, you don't need to touch it. I could agree to that. But as a critiquing standpoint, we're critiquing it each week, and there are things that we love about each season, and there are things that we don't. But yeah, I guess gotten an overwhelming amount of people who said season 4 was their favorite. And hey, I'd like to think maybe, just maybe, we're turning people's opinions on season 4, and they are coming out to us feeling like it's a safe zone, like, oh, actually, I do like season 4.
Right.
That's just how I like to interpret it. Hopefully you feel the same.
Mike, how would you like? Because I was excited to get this email. And
I love the contrast.
Yeah, and I emailed Chris. I was like, hey, do you mind if we discuss this on the podcast? And I knew you were going to be here, Mike. So I was like, this is great because now we have a third perspective.
Right, and Mike loves the show, adores it, has seen it 10 times plus. So
what do you think?
So honestly, like Lisa said, I was a season 1 and 2. That's it, like 3, 4 garbage. But this podcast has opened my eyes to season 3, and I actually enjoyed season 3, and I didn't find it as nauseating as I normally did this rewatch. And I definitely think that's part of the from the two of you in this podcast. So thank you for making me opening my eyes to season 3. But season 1, I always, every time I watch it, I always forget how much happens in season 1 and how it could in itself could have been stretched to like 2 or 3 seasons.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
They just compressed it. Like I'm always, like, I know, Michelle, you'd mentioned that Ant kind of makes fun of you because when you rewatch, you like gasp at things, and he's like, you've already seen it, but I still do the same. Like every time I watch it, I always like gasp. I'm like, oh right, that happened, and like, oh no, yeah. So
yeah, I remember when we first started watching it again, Michelle's like, I can't believe this happens only in season 1.
Yeah.
So much happens.
Yeah.
Like,
but thank you, Mike, for that.
Yeah, the ride to TJ isn't that long, and you think it's a lot longer, but the TJ episode's actually like really quick into season 1, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah.
That's true.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thanks,
I
Chris.
want to hear more on, his perspective.
I know. Send us more emails,
1.
Chris.
Not trying to like sway you to the dark side, Chris.
No.
But I think as a whole, we just love talking about the OC, right? That's the whole purpose of the podcast.
Let's talk OC, right?
Let's talk about it. So I love to talk about what you love and what you don't love. And it's good to hear everyone's opinions because I'm sure you're not alone.
No.
By any means.
No. Mike, do you have questions or comments for us? That's all we have for our listeners.
I have a little bit of comments. So first, the pink eye excuse that Ryan used for Seth, best excuse. I've used the excuse multiple times to like get out of work because it's the easiest excuse because you don't need a doctor's note because, you just go and you say, oh, my eye was closed. It's itchy. It's pink. And the drops are over the counter. So it is a gold excuse to use. I definitely love it. And then, so I kind of did a little digging. So with the Seth's like dream that his spirit animal was an otter. So I actually looked up. So I tried to look what an otter meant, and I went with the Patronuses. So like a hair.
Oh my god, nice.
So one website says, through their affinity to water, otters are symbolic of life and purification. Otters are also extremely playful and curious. They have no reservations about following their curiosity since they are also fearless. Without many enemies in the wild, these little guys don't have much reasons to be afraid. Associated with friendship, otters can often be found holding hands while sleeping.
Oh.
And then another website said, basically otters carefree, so just like exactly kind of like what the other website I read. So I think that's more describes Summer as opposed to Seth.
Agreed.
So I don't like, obviously they just picked an otter and they're not expecting people to, dig deep and find what the meanings of otters are. But I think that's more of a Summer description. So maybe it shows that Seth's like meant to be with like him and Summer are endgame, and like that's why he dreamt of an otter. Like it was kind of just, it was Summer.
Yeah, or maybe he's like trying to be more like Summer because she needed her time to find herself.
Yeah.
And so maybe he was like, well, let me try and be like Summer and less like me. But yeah, I could agree. It sounds like her.
And then Che said he was a frog. So
Yes.
a frog is remarkably adaptable, capable of undergoing astonishing transformation from tadpole to adult frog, and is also equally content on land or in water. The ability is present in your personality, and as a result, you are comfortable in almost any situation because you are a generally easygoing person. You make friends easily. You are cool under pressure and have little to no difficulty conjuring your Patronus when needed. So I think this is kind of fitting for Che because we did see him kind of be this easygoing activist person, and when he was under pressure when they got caught, he did, I guess, stay a little cool. I know he did sell out Summer, but it wasn't like he freaked out as opposed to where Summer kind of did. So I just thought that was kind of fitting for Che, the frog.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And yeah, that's it. I mean, like I said, I have a Taylorism and I have MVP and shittiest.
Well, let us know your Taylorism.
So it was the quote. So what does Brutus, Judas, Benedict Arnold, Julius Rosenberg, Ethel Rosenberg, although that's debatable, and you have in common? I thought that was amazing with her thing for with Summer.
Vic also chose that one.
That one was really funny.
Yeah. And then who is your MVP?
So I gave Ryan my MVP.
Okay.
Because he is trying to show Taylor that he cares in his own Ryan way. And, he did give her a teddy bear, which even Summer commented on that was pretty big for Ryan. And at the end, he did write that poem. But I did have a blue ribbon for Che and Julie. Che for traveling all the way to sense something wrong with Summer and try to help her. And then Julie, because she really tried. I know what she did was bad, but she knew that, she needed to get Kirsten back in her life. She did the only thing she can think of. So I kind of liked her little joke she played.
Wow.
She's great at manipulating.
Yes. Do you have a shittiest?
Yeah. So I picked Taylor. Shocker. But the reason why I picked her is because I don't like that she was still with Henri Michel in the beginning. I think she could have, she's kind of leading him on. She didn't want to be with him, but she still picked out stuff for the apartment. And then at the beginning of the episode, I know later on it changed, but I kind of didn't like that she was kind of leading him on and hanging him around.
I get that. I do.
Good choices.
Yeah.
Before we part ways, I do have a question, and I was inspired because at We Love the OC, our buddies on Instagram, they posted, name your favorite OC characters in order from like to dislike. Okay, so they listed Ryan, Summer, Marissa, Seth, Taylor.
So all of the core kids.
Right. And so, Mike, since you've seen this series so many times, I would love to know your order of these 5 characters.
So, okay. So me as a newly 30-year-old, because that changes, your age does change. I know you guys brought this up, but
Totally.
from the beginning, Seth was hands down my favorite. But as you get older, you realize he kind of slips in the rankings. Mm-hmm. And I think it would be Ryan, Summer, Marissa, Seth, and then Taylor, which I think is that how they?
Yeah.
I agree.
Is that
with
how
that.
they picked?
That's exactly what the image was.
That's so funny.
Because it's the most growth. I think the most growth is with Ryan and Summer. And Seth gets a little bit of growth, but he kind of stays the same.
Yes, I could agree to that.
Yeah. And so I commented because I know who my favorite is, but at this moment I'm still struggling with how to place them. Do you have any core guts? Do you have any core feeling?
My core gut is, I want to say, Marissa, Ryan, Summer, Taylor, Seth. But that's just my core gut at the moment.
Yeah, I know. And I was really trying. But what happens is, like you said, Mike, earlier, what we say is my nostalgia kicks in there.
Yeah.
I feel like I want to place Seth lower, but then I'm like, well...
But you don't, because it's nostalgia.
I loved Seth
right.
when, as a 16, 17-year-old girl, Seth was my dream.
Yeah.
at that age, you know?
Yeah, and then we had that one listener who is 17 and she's still like, it holds up. Seth's great.
Right.
So it's just what you like at the moment, you know?
Right. Yeah. But I thought that was
It's a great
really
game and
good
we should
question.
play that.
And because I know where people are now sending us their
Top and bottoms.
tops and bottoms, which I'm reading. Tops and bottoms sounds
Right. Sounds
top five,
good.
top five, bottom fivers. We're going to start incorporating that into After Dark, and we do have one this week.
Yes.
But just for those core 5 alone is like interesting to rank. And I'm glad that they threw Taylor in there.
Me too. I'm glad because she does hold her own.
She does.
Come the end of the show.
Yeah.
I know not everyone wants to consider her as a main character, but they do give her a lot of drama.
Well, for 4 they do.
Yeah,
sure.
for 4, definitely. But she does get in the, what does she call herself? The second circle or something, and by the end of 3.
Oh, Mike, I think we lost you. But we didn't want to leave off like that.
Yeah, we didn't want to just like leave you hanging by.
But
I do quickly. Sorry, I do remembered. I did rank Julie's lovers. If you guys are still,
yes,
I would
please.
love to know.
Not many people sent us theirs. I know I have Vic's, but please let me know. I asked on Instagram, and we talked about this last week on the episode. How would you rate Julie's lovers?
Yes.
So
and maybe if you figured out ones that we missed because she has random people here and there.
Right.
Okay, so we're gonna leave out Frank and the Bullet.
Yep.
Sure.
Because I don't. Okay, so I ranked Jimmy as number 1 because she generally had real feelings for Jimmy. She says in season 1 to Jimmy, "You married me because I was pregnant, but I married you because I loved you."
Yeah, that's true.
So, and like Jimmy did her dirty with the scandal,
Sure
so like that's
did.
why she left him. And then Neil gets second because once again, I think she had genuine feelings for Neil. He just couldn't handle the Julie.
Mm-hmm.
And then you guys are gonna be shocked at this, and let me explain. Number 3, I put Lance.
Oh, okay.
Because I think like before his the porn scandal, they did like date, and I think she did have feelings for him too again. And when they were dancing in to Every Rose Has Its Thorn,
Yeah.
which is what they were dancing
Yeah.
to. You saw kind of like a connection there. Like she actually liked him. So I mean, he did do something shitty, and illegal, but so did Jimmy. So I mean,
True. She has a type.
it's kind of And then 4, I picked Cal because she didn't really have feelings for him, but dated him basically for the money and for who he is. Then I ranked Spencer right under that.
Mm-hmm.
Along with the one night stand guy that Caitlin saw in the kitchen, and she's like, "Are you know?"
Oh my God, right?
The tennis trainer, right?
Yeah.
or whatever.
whoever's.
Yeah, because that was just like a fling, nothing really going on there. Number 6, I chose Sandy, like alt world, because I mean he belongs with Kirsten, so that's just wrong. And then Che, once again from alt world. It was an affair, and how can you choose Che over Sandy?
Yeah, never.
So, and then last is Luke. We all discussed
Yeah.
why Luke is last.
The cringe aspect of that.
So I'll share Vic's. She said she's not decided. Like we said, we're not going to do Bullet or Frank. Team Julie, really.
Mm-hmm.
But Neil, they might have made it work. Cal, they could have been the ultimate power couple.
Yeah.
Jimmy, he disappointed her a lot. Lance, in the end, he left her alone. Sandy, in alt universe. And then Luke, so inappropriate.
Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to pick anyone but Julie.
Yeah. I had my friend Amy, actually. She commented and she said Jimmy's the babe and always will.
Yeah, he totally is.
That made me laugh. But thank you, Mike, for ranking, and thank you, Vic. And thank you, Mike, so much for joining us.
Yeah, so much fun.
Thank you for hosting the competition and having me on here.
So fun.
I was excited. I got the notification when I was at the gym and my workout was over. I was like, no, I'm done. I'm going to be on the podcast. And then I texted right away, took a screenshot and sent it to all my friends. And everyone's like, oh my God. Everyone's like, it's rigged. They all love you.
Oh, no.
I was like, no, guys. It was real. They picked me.
It is a random selection, but
is.
we absolutely do adore you, Mike.
Yes, we do. We absolutely love you.
I adore this podcast, and I was so happy to be a part of this episode.
So glad. I'm glad we got to get the live ice cream scoop.
I know, the delivery.
What a treat.
It's like the ice cream man
Little
came
treat.
for us, you know?
Ice cream man.
In fact,
This time without Christmas getup and
Yes,
so.
that was so great to
That was
receive
so
that on
good.
Chrismica, though.
yeah. And it's funny, too, because now our community just knows who you are. And that's what's so great about this. People look forward to your Scoop Week. My sister and her husband are going to be on the podcast next week. And they always are like, oh, man, how's Mike? How's the ice cream correspondent? He's so good. Is he working for Hallmark yet? Because he should. So we really appreciate it. And just thank you so much for taking the time out and joining us.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
Enjoy the rest of the podcast, or enjoy the rest of the episode.
Thanks,
Can't wait to hear
Mike.
it.
We hope you enjoyed our chat with Mike. Thank you again, Mike.
We sure did.
It was so fun. So music in this episode, we had Sufjan Stevens, The Western States Motel, April March, The Low Standards, Tolly Hall, Charlotte Gainsbourg, and Sparkle Horse.
Sparkle?
Sparkle Horse.
Oh, Sparkle Horse.
Sparkle Horse.
Oh, okay. I like that better than Sparkle
For the
Horse.
people in the back. All right, let's get into some of our segments, some fashion in this episode.
Che's Word to Your Llama shirt.
I loved Seth's Let's Get Physical shirt.
Julie's brown top with it had like little polka dots in the fabric. It's very cute.
Yeah, I like Summer's peace sign pajamas.
I liked Taylor's red pencil skirt.
Yes, I love that whole outfit. Kirsten's stacking rings. She had these thin silver rings.
Taylor's pinkish cream sweater.
I felt that Caitlin's dress that she wore at the bake sale was very Marissa.
Yeah, so the long torso with the belt. I didn't like it.
No, I didn't like it either, but didn't it feel Marissa?
Yeah, it was very Marissa because Marissa always wore the belts over the shirt. Very Hollister, Abercrombie.
Yeah.
I liked Julie's black silk shirt at the end.
Yes.
That was it.
Quotes?
Che transcends space and time.
Atwood. Hey, Roberts.
Right. Well, he had pink eye.
Where is the iron butterfly that inspired me so?
I don't remember who says this, but then I'm allergic to you.
Yeah, who did say
Who
that?
said that?
Kirsten. Kirsten said that to Julie.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because Julie gave her chocolate. She's like, oh, chocolates. And
Yes,
she's like, I'm
yes,
gonna choose
yes.
chocolates.
There we go.
It tastes like urine, but apparently that's how you Americans like it.
I also had that. Gummy bears.
Kiki, you're calling me.
You kind of get a big neck.
All we need is my harmonica. Got it. Your broken spirit and these giant backpacks.
That's probably the nicest gift he's ever given.
I can hear you. What's that, little fella? You don't feel well? That's okay. I can take care of you.
Oh my God. I just had my last one. A mug. Don't know who said that. I'm assuming Taylor or Summer. A mug.
Jess liked, Kirsten, I'm allergic to chocolate. No, you're not. I'm allergic to you.
Yes.
Do you have your Taylorism?
I do.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Ah, that Taylor. But it's fine though. I'm fine because Ryan and I were never really gonna work anyway. He doesn't even like cheese.
That is mine as well.
Yes. I feel like she has a lot of normal quotes, not so much Taylorisms in this episode. So I like that one. It's
Just
funny.
that one. I was like, well, obviously.
He doesn't like cheese?
What? So, smile counter.
I only had one.
I had 3, which I think
Question
is fine of
mark?
a stretch. Vic had 2.
Okay, so I don't feel so bad.
So we're all in the same.
He was having a rough time this episode.
Yeah. How about your MVP and shittiest?
Sure.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. 3, 2, 1, Taylor.
Summer.
Vic also chose Summer.
Did she?
Why did you choose her?
I just felt I loved the gesture, the romantic gesture, even though I feel like calling Che, telling him, yeah, it's okay for you to come because you said something wrong with Seth was out there. She was a good friend to Taylor too, and Ryan, she helped them out, but mostly for the romantic, saying, I still want to be with you. I still love you. Please just give me some time to become me, but but she still wanted to show him, I want to be with you, with the romantic gesture. And so I really liked that.
I chose Taylor for finally choosing herself.
That's also a great reason.
And while many could view it as, well, she's always been viewing herself because she's so self-absorbed and she just needs love. But no, she's finally like, well, I have to be by myself and I have to be strong on my own. That's why I chose Taylor. Jess chose Ryan for going outside of his comfort zone and expressing how he feels, similar to what Mike said.
Yes, I could agree with that.
Shittiest?
Yeah, I have a blue ribbon for my shittiest too. It's not like I have a question mark. Is it my favorite? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
okay.
3, 2, 1,
Julie.
Caitlin. That's a good choice for the manipulation.
Well, yes, for the manipulation. And I just think even if women are that mean, just don't make them think they have chlamydia.
Yeah. It's not right.
It's not right.
Not good for your business that you're, well,
Right.
you know, I guess, I don't know if she cares at this point.
And even though I laughed a lot about the Julie and Kirsten back and forth, I was like, Julie, come on, honey.
I know. I feel like she's regressed a little bit.
That
the
was
last
desperate.
couple.
Like, out of all the things, that's how you get her to
I
talk to
know.
you for chlamydia?
Yeah, you could have done anything else.
Not good.
Yeah, I could agree. But I picked Caitlin just for the way she handled the Will situation. I did appreciate her not backing down, saying, no, I'm not in the wrong here. I didn't choose this. But the way that she broke it off with Will was really harsh.
Yeah.
But I do have a blue ribbon for Taylor because, like Mike, I felt like she didn't really, even though I understand why she did it, as we always say, she latches to whoever says they love her. But the leading on of Henri Michel and then saying, yeah, I'll move in with him, it was just all too fast. You're not even like broken up really with Ryan. You guys haven't spoken, but there wasn't the official like, we're broken up. Right? We were on a break. I mean,
No,
you know?
because she even says, I haven't done anything with Henri Michel. She says, I haven't done anything because I still have a boyfriend, but I guess I don't have a boyfriend.
Right. So I don't like that.
And I feel that she wasn't actually ever going to move in with him regardless of this because
I would hope not.
she just kept putting it off and making excuses. And she even said, I can't mooch off of you guys anymore. But yeah. Jess also chose Caitlin and Vic chose Henri Michel.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Henri Michel, I feel like he's just
himself.
He's whatever. Yeah. He's not trying to be anyone he's not.
No.
So I don't really fault him in anything.
I don't either.
I'm glad. Is he on the island? Yeah. Okay, good. So we got him on the island and Will on the island. Just getting that, just get Che there and I'll be good.
Yeah. I know. But thank you guys for submitting your MVP and shittiest.
Yeah, thank you.
Patron of the week.
It's patron of the week.
Patron of the week. It's patron of the week. Patron of the week.
Who will it be?
It's patron of the week.
This week, we have a brand new patron to the network. Her name is Lexi, and she might sound familiar because she has been sending us questions and comments in the most recent weeks. And I wanted to shout out her handle on Instagram. She is at Lexi Silverberg blog. I didn't want to mess that up. It's a little bit of a tongue twister. But we just want to say welcome to the network. We are so happy to have you. Hopefully you enjoy your time with us. We can't wait to get to know you a little bit more. You're clearly an OC fan, so please reach out to us with the OC stuff. And I named her, I always laugh at my names, Silver Screen Lex, because her last name is Silverberg. And I was like, she's on the silver screen.
Cute.
Yeah, it's a stretch, but I hope it's cute.
I love it.
So thank you, Lexi, for joining us. We can't wait to explore your OC knowledge and your thoughts and stuff. And so we're excited.
Thank you, Lexi.
Yes. Silver Screen Lex.
I like Silver Screen Lex. It's like Silver Skeeter from Doug.
Oh, yeah. Silver Skeeter.
It's a throwback. It also ages us
Yeah.
a lot.
Love it.
All right, Les. Are you ready for this haiku?
Yes, I am.
Which Sam and Bobby will be here.
I'm excited about that.
Me too. They're always a really good time. So here's your haiku for season 4, episode 12, which is crazy. It's episode 12.
Oh my God. We only have a month left.
Yikes. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. And you know what? Every week when I go to get the title, right? And I'm like, and I count, and I'm like, oh my God, we are so close to the end.
I know. Wow. This seems real though, for some reason. Like episode 12.
Ooh.
Only 4 more. Yikes.
Oh. All right. So here's your haiku for the Groundhog Day.
Oh, yes.
Therapy and news change the outlook for some. We have a birthday.
Therapy and news change the outlook for some. Therapy and news. Does Summer go back to therapy? Maybe Taylor should go to therapy. She wants to find herself. Both Summer and Taylor are on the same little journey here. They're trying to become better selves to be better partners. So maybe something with them, but I'm trying to think of who else needs therapy. I don't remember anyone else getting therapy, but everyone could use it. Definitely. Maybe Ryan. Ryan would be good in therapy. Maybe Caitlin. Caitlin would be good.
Great in therapy.
Maybe a little guidance counselor scenario with her. Maybe Julie. I mean, everyone could use therapy. And then the last part was a birthday. Whose birthday can it be? I'm trying to think of who we've already done. Ryan. Maybe it's Kirsten's birthday. And she needs to go to therapy. Is she maybe? I'm turning a big age. Should go to therapy. I don't know how to deal. Is she like turning... She's not turning 50.
She's turning 40.
She's turning 40?
Spoiler.
That's it? 40?
Yeah. Can
what
you
a
imagine?
baby.
40?
And having a 19-year-old?
18, 19?
Jeez. Oh my God, I'm so happy I predicted that.
I know.
Holy crap.
That was really good.
She's turning 40, so she's going to have a midlife crisis. God, I wish I looked like that at 30. She's amazing.
I know.
Anyway. Is Jay in next episode?
Yes.
Oh, come on. I hope that's his last appearance. We can't have the last 4 have this Che character.
Have this
How dumb.
Che character.
So dumb. Like, let's hone in on like family time, friend time.
Get out of here,
We only
stragglers.
have 4 more weeks of goodness, so don't waste my time with this Che stupid idiot. No offense to you, Chris Pratt. I just think your character is stupid. I just want what I would hope for the next 4 is, I know there's some big things to come. Oh shit. I can't wait to talk after dark because I don't want to spoil things for anyone who my wheels are turning. So I will continue in after dark. Hopefully I don't offend too many people who have not seen it, but hey, at this point, please let us know if you haven't.
Well, that's the thing.
Because
we've said,
I feel like we haven't had anyone reach out and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm following along with the podcast and I've never seen it. I don't know what happens."
Right. We say reach out to us if you're a newbie, and no one has reached out.
Ever does.
The amount of you, and there's a large number of you, which we are so grateful for.
Yes.
But it seems that none of you are newbies.
Which, hey, that's great.
That's cool.
Yeah, but we're still going to continue this after dark until the end because why not? It's fun, and just in case
someone comes
in randomly, we'll still continue that. But I'm excited to discuss an after dark for my predictions.
That was good, Liz.
Thank you.
You did a good job.
I'm shocked I got Kirsten's birthday. It could have been anyone's birthday.
Me too. And I feel that my face just gives things away. I was like, wow.
That's how I feel for Gossip Girl too. I was like, yeah, sure, okay. But really inside I just like want to tell you everything.
Yeah. But that is all we have for this week for The Dream Lover. Thank you so much to everyone who reached out, who gave us comments and their questions. Thank you again to Mike for being
Thank you, Mike.
for co-hosting with us through our segments.
We love your energy.
It's so great.
The enthusiasm for the OC.
Yes. If you're an Apple Podcast listener, please consider leaving us a review. We got another review.
What is happening in the world?
I mean, I don't know if I'm being mean and pressuring you guys or if it's actually working because you're like, oh, wow, let me listen. Let me leave. Oh, Let's Talk OC a review because it makes them happy. Because it really does.
It really does. And we've noticed a surge of international listeners. So we're so glad that we use this website called Charitable that shows us reviews and stats from around the world because iTunes in the U.S., you can only see Apple podcast users in the U.S. So silly, but we're excited.
Yeah, so I wanted to shout out Jess862 from Great Britain.
Nice.
They write, loving this podcast, 5 stars. I am rewatching the OC for the millionth time, but first time in my 30s, and this is the perfect podcast to listen along with. Binging both the show and this podcast, so much OC and loving it. X.
Yay.
Thank you so much. And so cool, again, that you're in your 30s like us and watching. New eyes, new perspective. We discuss it differently. So thank you so much. And if you haven't yet and you're considering it, please leave us a review. Please, 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 please. We're not desperate. It just helps our show. And we love hearing from you. If you'd like to know what else we're up to, you can check out ittakes3network.com. That's our Patreon page. And we have things like becoming a guest host with us, just like Mike was. He's one of our patrons. We have behind the scenes. You get the episodes a day earlier. We have Netflix parties for Gossip Girl, 3 Gossip Girls, our other podcast. We have a lot of fun over there. And as always, stay tuned for after the credits. We go into After Dark where we will discuss spoilers and I will talk about this week's top 5 and bottom 5 from one of our listeners.
Oh, nice.
So thank you so much and we will see you next week.
After dark. After dark. Let's talk OC. Let's talk OC.
So, you know what happens next week?
Is it... No. Does she find out she's pregnant next week?
So Jess said she read ahead because she couldn't remember, but Kirsten's pregnant.
I feel
Baby
like
Sophie.
Oh
it's
my
too soon.
It's so soon.
It's
I thought it was
too
literally
soon.
in the finale episode where they were like holding a baby. Like, yeah, we had a baby. Oh my god.
Yep.
Okay, so she finds out she's having a baby on her 40th birthday.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
Yeah.
I mean, good for them. But also, so does she go to therapy? No, it's not her.
Taylor does.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I would hope that she would get some help there since she's struggling in that department.
So that kind of can spin off to Vic wrote, do you think it was necessary for Taylor's ex to come back? And if not, or if so, what kind of drama do you think they would have done if he didn't?
Oh, yeah. Do I think it was necessary? No. Do I know what I would want in replace of that? No.
For growth, maybe?
Yeah, I feel like maybe we should, with these characters, show some development as far as like, I know in the beginning of the season we started them out, either Ryan, them going to school, and now I feel like the last couple of weeks they're kind of like all in limbo. So it would be nice if we use that to like progress future careers and college degrees and dorm life. Maybe I would have liked that for a time. But as always, it's hard to guess what I would want it to be because this is what the writers envisioned and that's what they wanted it to be. So who am I to say it should be any different? But Henri Michel, I don't really like the storyline. Don't think it was necessary.
No. Tish says she's really excited for the next couple of weeks because Will is finally gone.
Yeah.
And doesn't really remember what happens besides the big stuff. But it's funny that Che thinks he's in love with Seth next week.
Oh my goodness. I'm not looking forward to that stupid shit. I'm really not because...
But it gets wrapped up.
Well, I'm glad.
You don't remember how that... I actually remember...
Does he kiss him or something?
No.
Am I going to hate it?
I don't think so because it makes sense. Like it all
Okay.
Gets there and you're like, oh, okay. And I can't believe I remembered because when I was, and I didn't even look it up. I just was like Groundhog Day and then Kirsten. And then for some reason I had this vision. I'm like Che with the visions. I was like, oh yeah. They like go to help a groundhog. And then one of the volunteers is dressed as a groundhog. And it's like, oh, I'm actually in love with a groundhog. If I'm remembering correctly, which, Mike, are you screaming right now? You can write to me.
So he's not in love with Seth. He's in love with the groundhog?
Well, it got blurry. Lines got blurry.
Okay.
But it's not actually a groundhog. It's a woman dressed as the groundhog.
Oh.
There's like someone who has a costume on.
Okay. Is it like the movie Groundhog's Day?
No.
Okay. There's nothing of that
Like you're not going to wake up and repeat.
Right. I was
No.
going to say there's nothing of that in there.
I don't think so.
Because that would make sense. I would, not that they would do kind of a
But they wouldn't do that after
fake-ish
Christmas.
episode again.
Yeah. At the OC Memories sent us their top 5 and bottom 5. So I also want to make an announcement since we're doing this every week. And thank you so much for sending OC Memories. But if you want us to read your top 5 and bottom 5, please send it to us. So you can send it through Instagram or email it to us. Also, if you have anything that you want to share in terms of an article for a later episode or something for the end or a bonus episode idea, email it to us.
Yeah.
Because the DMs sometimes get flooded and lost, and I never want to miss anything, and I feel bad if I miss something. So at Let's Talk OC at Gmail. Just Let's Talk OC at Gmail, not at. But that way we can keep everything in one place.
Yeah, it's easier to see them there.
And I never want to lose anything. But okay, so here is at the OC Memories. They're on Instagram. They're top 5, bottom 5. Top 5, most favorite character being first is Ryan. Since my first time watching it, I have always loved him inside and out. Number 2 is Taylor Townsend. She is my spirit animal.
Oh.
3 is Summer. I just love her personality and growth and aspire to be her badass with confidence. Number 4 is Sandy. Number 5 is Seth.
Okay.
Bottom 5, from being first being the worst.
Okay.
Trey.
Okay,
After everything he put Ryan through, I hate him with a passion. 2 is Oliver. 3 is Lindsay. She drives me crazy because she's so whiny and boring. Johnny. He's just a sad sack. Number 5 is Frank. I find him super creepy and I don't like his storyline with Julie. Bottom 5, honorable mention. I can't
Marissa.
exactly put Marissa in the bottom 5 because she doesn't always bother me, but I really can't stand her in season 3 the way she was towards Ryan. So when I was reading their bottom 5 and I got to Marissa being in the bottom 5 honorable mention, I was wondering about that. And I was like, wow, Volchuk isn't even in.
No.
And is that because he got Marissa off? Or because we see Volchuk, he's still a bad dude.
Yeah, of course.
Like, would you put Volchuk in your bottom 5?
I don't think so. I think he's irrelevant to me. Not irrelevant because obviously he plays a huge part in something that happens in the show. But I think once I do my top 5 and bottom 5, I'm going to
Really
at
think
it,
about
yeah,
it?
like as a whole picture. And does Volchuk have a special place in my heart for that? Probably not.
Yeah.
I don't
And
think so.
we'll have to, again, do the love to hate section, which is
yeah,
Oliver. To me,
love to hate
Oliver
Oliver.
gets that.
Do I love to hate Volchuk?
And maybe
not really.
Jimmy, I love to hate Jimmy.
Do I hate Jimmy?
him.
Is he a shitty person?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I love him so much, but not for the reasons that I should.
Right. Exactly.
I love Tate. I love the character of Jimmy. He means well. He just doesn't ever
do well.
do it. Yeah.
Yeah. So thank you so much for sending. And everyone who has sent previous, it's definitely getting my wheels turning of your placements of people. And yeah. And also, like we said with Mike, I was giving the core 5. Let us know your ranking.
Yeah, that's a great one.
think-
You know what I think we could do if you're cool with it? This is just me
course I will
spinning
be.
it. If we did a complete bonus episode on top 5, bottom 5, and the rankings of them all in one, so that way we can like really go into depth
Top 5, bottom 5, and then
the rankings of the kids.
of the core 5.
Yeah, but or should that go? Because I know we wanted to do individual episodes of kids.
No, I think we should do rankings in one.
And then lead up to like each individual episode. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Good teamwork.
Good teamwork. That was great. Yeah, it's really, I'm very excited to put my list together. I feel this will be
there's a lot of pressure though.
It's a lot of pressure.
Because it's like definitive. I mean, obviously, we could always change our answers. We hope you guys don't be like, yeah, you
it's
can't
like
change it.
When I change my noodle answer.
Yeah.
I've changed my noodle answer.
Quite a bit.
I know. And then sometimes I change my sauce.
Yeah. It's just however you're feeling. And like maybe next year, if someone were to ask me, what's your top and bottom 5 OC, it will feel a little bit different that I've marinated. I don't know.
You know it will be tough? Top 5 and bottom 5 of Gossip Girl, because I don't think I have a top 5.
Oh.
Right now.
Well, same. No, I feel like we won't feel that way until the end of the series. And even then, I don't know. It's a completely different world.
Wild.
I have no love, like true love for anyone right now.
Yeah.
So, sorry, you Gossip Girl fans. But you can head over to 3 Gossip Girls Pod to check out our feed over there.
Yeah, we have fun over there.
Yeah.
Do you have any other questions about what's to
When's
come?
the earthquake?
That is, I believe, the penultimate.
Okay.
Is that the penultimate?
I honestly felt that they told us she was pregnant in the last episode, like in the beginning, and then towards the end, like they're holding Sophie. They're like, here she is. That's how it happens. I'm glad we get to see a little bit of the finding out of that. Like, I didn't remember that at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one big thing I remember to happen. The earthquake is the big thing I remember to happen. And then obviously the last episode, the wedding and
yeah, and the
whatever.
wedding is kind of a flash forward.
Yeah, it's like the end of this episode, right?
Yeah.
So that's the
kind
only
of
3 big things that I remember really happening besides the Julie graduating. I know that's just kind of like in passing, like they show it.
I mean, right now, okay, so we're 11 episodes into 4. I'm not sure if I like it more than 3 at this point. And we said, we rated that 3 was the worst. But,
yes.
But these past couple have not been
I know, it makes it
fan
hard.
favorites.
And that's how I feel like top and bottom 5 a lot too. I'll jot it down and then a few weeks later I'm like, scratch it off. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
But it's just how you're feeling at the time.
I know.
So that's why I feel like there's a lot of pressure for top 5 and bottom 5 to really hone in on like, this is what this makes this person good. This makes this person less.
And kind of what Chris was saying too is I feel 4, as light as it is, and I guess it's okay to be in it.
Yeah.
It's just, I think right now, like especially with this episode and last episode, missing a little bit of Marissa.
It is. It's missing some sort of like oomph.
And we were saying like, wow, we don't want oomph. We want some lightness. We want some.
Yeah, but now it's kind of, they spun it a little bit too light for too long. And we're looking for something a little bit more relatable and serious and maybe romantic or heartfelt. Just something.
And you can almost tell too that this is coming to an end. Like those series feels like it's ending.
Yeah.
Not that we know it's ending, like there's a definitive ending date.
It just seems like they're like fizzled out a little bit and they don't know what content to bring to the surface.
Which I think that's what Chris was saying in his email.
Yeah, and I can understand that. Like I feel like 4 started out pretty strong and then it started to get the emotional aspect of it, and I am a huge proponent of Taylor and Ryan, so I was really enjoying that until maybe the last 2 weeks. This week especially, I felt like, not to use the word filler, but I could have gone without everything that had happened.
Yeah.
So I'm looking forward to next week because at least we get a little bit more development and we get the news of baby Cohen coming, which is so exciting.
Right. And a birthday.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to next week and having Sam and Bobby on because everyone loves the therapist.
Oh, yeah. The therapist.
It's great because there's therapy in next week's episode.
I think that's why Sam chose it.
I love it.
What emoji should our lovely listeners send us. Shout out to everyone who's sending our emojis. And Jacqueline, I see you sending thank you so much. Sends that in the DMs. Thank you.
Love it. What emoji?
Should we do cheese?
Is there an otter?
Oh, is there an otter?
I don't think there's an otter, but cheese would be funny.
Cheese. Send us cheese.
Yeah, there's definitely cheese.
Yeah, that works.
Just a block of cheese.
Just a block of cheese. There is a cheese emoji, right?
Yeah, I'm 99.999% positive there is.
Okay, cool. So guys, send us cheese. We'll see you next week.